So let us start with the practice test questions of Python programming for the MT tomorrow. So first question says that classify the Python data types and apply each type with relevant examples. So the answer to the first question is there are different basic data types available in Python programming. Int first to represent the integers x is equal to 10. It means uh, integer value 10 is being assigned to variable integer variable x. Please remember that Python is a dynamically typed programming language. There is no need to specify the data type while declaring the variables. Unlike in C and Java programming, where we need to specify explicitly the each of the data type. Next data type is floating type for that is float data type. Example is y is equal to 3.14. Complex data type example z is equal to 2 plus 3j. Boolean data type a is equal to true. Example string data type. Example is name is equal to zone. Strings are always enclosed in single quotes or double quotes in Python programming. Then comes few of the sequence data types like list, tuples, and dictionary, range. All these are data types. So list, as I've earlier explained, using square brackets, tuple encloses items within the parentheses. Range function I have already told you. So this is the sequence. These are some of the sequence types. Set types. In set types, set and projection set comes under. For set, we use curly braces, 1, comma 2, comma 3 are the elements. Dictionary, also we use curly braces. This is also a data type in Python programming. You can say mapping data type. Key value pair, name is key, John value, age is the key, 20 is the value. Second question is define Python and list the features of Python programming. Python is a very high level language, interpreted programming language, object oriented programming language. Features are the syntax of the Python programming is very simple and easy to learn and maintain. It is an interpreted, unlike C and Java, which are uh, compiler time. Compiler is needed to translate first the program to machine level code. But here the advanced. But in Python programming, the line by line code is interpreted. Python is also portable. It can be ported from one machine to another, and code can be executed. It is also open source. Anyone can use or modify the source code for Python programming, and it supports a large standard library. It also supports various object-oriented programming features like abstraction or encapsulation and inheritance, and so on and so forth. Third question says that what is IDE? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is a software used to write and run code. And examples for Python programming IDE. IDEs for different IDEs are available for Python programming like PyCharm, Visual Studio Code, Idle. Idle is provided as a built-in when you install Python within your laptops. Next question number 4 is about the Python. You have to write the Python program to differentiate valid and invalid identifier. Second, utilizes at least two Python keywords. Third, demonstrate proper indentation in a conditional structure. So the fourth question is for valid and invalid identifier, we write a program. So name is equal to Sam. Here name is a valid identifier. As the rules of the identifiers are obeying while declaring this identifier. Age underscore 1 is equal to 20 is also a valid identifier. Invalid one name is equal to Sam. It is an invalid identifier because identifier property characteristic says that it cannot start with a digit. Class is equal to 10 is also an invalid identifier because keyword class is a keyword present already reserved word in Python programming. So again, it is a invalid identifier. Then comes the question number 5. Write a Python program for decision making and which demonstrates nested conditions along with nested loops. So for nested condition, we use if else statement. If a value of age underscore 1 is greater than 18, it will result will be on the console will be adult. Else, if the condition is false, result will be minor. Then we are having two for loops. For I in range, so value of I will vary from 1 to 3. Value of j will also vary from 1 to 3. So first of all, outer for value of I equal to 1, the inner for loop that is j will complete its execution. That is I is equal to 1, then j1, I1, j2, I1, j3, then I2, j1, I2, j2, I2, j3, then I3, j1, I3, j2, I3, j3. So we will be checking the condition. If the values of I and j are equal, then it will print equal. Otherwise, it will print not equal, right? Then we come to question number 6. Question number 6 says that write a Python program to display the concept of looping construct such as for loop, while loop, and display the output using nested loop. So as you can see, we are having two for loops. Value of I will vary from 0 to 2. Value of j will also vary from 0 to 2. You know the range function, how range function works. So it will print the asterisk. So I is equal to 0, I0, J0. Uh, then I0, J1, I0, J2. Three star will be printed in the same line. Why? Because end marker is being used. And equal to double quotes, within double quote, there is a space. So the all the three stars will be printed in the single line. Then we are having this print statement. This print statement is inside the outer loop. So now value of I will become 1, control will go to new line. So again I1, J0, I1, J1, I1, J2. So three stars will be printed in the next line. Again, third time also three stars are printed in the next line. Right. Now let us discuss the concept of while loop. Value of I is 1, while the while loop says that so as far as the value of I is less than equal to 3, these two statements will get executed because these two statements are inside the while loop. So the result will be, first of all, 1, then value of I will be incremented by 1. So in the first line 1, then 2, then 3, this will be the result. As soon as the value of I will become 4, condition become false, control will come out of the while loop. Now come to question number 7. Question number 7 then says that explain the concept of indentation in Python, why it is necessary. As you know, in C programming and Java programming, if you want to include some statements inside some function or inside some loop or inside some conditional construct, then you have to use opening curly brace, opening and closing curly brace. But unlike C and Java programming, in Python programming, we use the concept of indentation. Indentation keeps a space, tab space before those statements to enclose those segments within a loop or any conditional construct. So usually a tab space consists of 4 spaces. So indentation defines the code blocks in Python, and indentation is necessary because Python uses indentation instead of these curly braces as we use, unlike in Java and C programming. Right? Question number 8. Question number 8 says that write the rules for naming variables. Write rules for naming variables. So rules are the variables names must start with a letter or underscore. They cannot start with a number or digit. No special symbol can be used for naming the variables, and keywords or reserved word cannot be used for naming variables. And names of the variables are case sensitive also. So suppose I am declaring a name of a variable. For example, uh, let us say uh, some in small case, lowercase ABC, and again we are writing ABC in uppercase. So both are different. Both name of the so that's why I am saying that the names of the variables are case sensitive. It means lowercase are differentiated from uppercase characters within the names of the variables. Now we come to question number 9. Question number 9 says that explain the different types of operators in Python programming. Explain the different types of operators in Python programming. So these are several operators: arithmetic, addition, plus, minus, subtraction, multiplication, asterisk symbol, forward slash. This is forward slash means division. So these are arithmetic operators, relational operators. So arithmetic operators, relational operators. For example, 3 is greater than 0, 3 is greater than 1, 2 is less than 3. These are relational operators. Logical operator, and operator. That is 0, 0, and in case of and operator, result of 0, 0 is 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, result of 1, 0 is 0, result of 1 and 1 is 1. So or operator, not operator, Assignment operator, plus equal to is a shortcut way of writing a statement. For example, I plus equal to 2 means I is equal to I plus 2. Bitwise operator, ampersand, means you want to take AND of two bits. For example, AND of 1 and 1 is 1. AND of 0 and 0 is 0. AND of 1 is 1 and 0 is 0. Membership operator, whether the element is present in a, to check the membership. Okay, identity is to check the identity. So next is question number 10. Question number 10 says that explain the concept of strings in Python, describe how strings are created and how indexing work. So you already know, let me complete it. Let me see. So see, uh, the strings are always created using double quotes or single quotes. So hello, by mistake, the here starting double quotes has been omitted. So two double quotes are used to enclose a string. Okay, okay. So the concept of indexing. So S is a string variable, value is Python, right? How to access the characters of this string? So at a index, we pass the index. So at index 0, P is present. So result will be P. Okay. So in this manner, you can create a string and index. How this index works, you know now. Now question number 11. Describe sets in Python. Explain how sets are created. Describe sets in Python. How sets are created and properties with examples we have already discussed in the previous video, right? Question number 12. Different types of built-in string method we have already discussed. Set operations such as union, intersection, difference, symmetry, difference we have already discussed in the previous video. Question number 14. However, you can see in this video also, I can show you. So these are some of the string methods. For example, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you some of the string methods, built-in methods. So upper function converts all the characters within a string to uppercase. So you can see here, lower into lowercase. Strip. What is the use of strip function? It will remove the leading and trailing spaces. For example, text is a text is a string variable and there are few spaces before hello and few spaces after word. So these will be removed by using the strip function, right? Replaces substring. For example, text is a string whose value is the I like Java. To text dot replace Java comma Python. So now the string will become I like Python in place of I like Java. So Java will be replaced by Python using the replace built-in function, right? One more string function, built-in function is there, split. So it is used to split the strings. So as you can see, text is a string containing a string apple, comma, banana, comma, grapes. Now using split function, text dot split, because within the double quote we have used comma, so it will be separated by comma. So now the output will be in the form of a list, apple, comma, banana, comma, grapes. This will be the output. Another string built-in function is find. So it is used to find some word within a string. So text is a string variable, value is hello world, text dot find word. So it will return the index or position where the uh, word start. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the have words W starts from position or index 6. So 6 is the output. Uh, if that word is not present in the this, in that case, result will be -1, right? Now there is another function called count. It will count the occurrences of substring. For example, text is a string variable, contain value is hello world. Text dot count L. So it will count how many times L is coming. So 3 times. So 3 is the output. Okay. Now the 13 we have already done in previous video. These are the operators. You can take the union, intersection, difference, and symmetry difference using operators as well as the built-in functions. For union, the built-in function is union. So A dot union within the parenthesis you pass B. You can see refer to the previous video. Clear? Now we jump to question number 14. Question number 14 says that what are the difference between strings and sets in Python with examples. So you can differentiate between strings and sets. String is ordered, set is unordered. In string, duplicates are allowed. In sets, no duplicates are allowed. Strings, you can use indexing mechanism to access the elements. In set does not support indexing concept. So these are the few differences between strings and sets. Now we jump to question number 15. Explain dictionaries in Python, including creation, accessing element, method, dictionary, such as keys, values, item, update. So all we have done in the previous video. Describe how to, question number 16. However, you can see in the answer part, I can show you in the video itself. So you can refer to this video also. So you can see all these. We have already done. But we are left with only update function, which has not been covered in the previous video. Let us see. So student is a dictionary here, and containing two key value pair, name Amit, age 21. So update function is used to update their values. So age colon 23. Now the age will become 23 instead of 21. City will become Delhi instead of sorry, it will add a new key value pair because there is no key value pair present of there is no key present city. So this city colon Delhi will be added as a new key value pair into the dictionary using the update function, right? So output will be what? You can see the output. Name colon Amit, age value will become 23 as you can see here, and new key value pair city colon Delhi will be added. So this is the use of the update function in the context of dictionary. You can now see yourself, right? Now we come to question number 17. Lambda function with map filter. I have already covered in the previous video three functions: filter, map, and reduce in the context of lambda functions and which are applicable to list. Already covered in the previous video. You can refer to the previous video. Now we come to question number 18. Functions and methods in Python by writing that uses a user-defined function and built-in method. So to write a user-defined function, I have already explained in class. You have to use the keyword def for the definition of a function. So you can see in the answer here, greet is a user-defined or programmer-defined function, and it is defined using a def keyword, and name is a parameter. So name dot upper, it will return the name with all the characters in uppercase, right? And here you can call this user-defined function in this manner. You already know, you already have called in C programming, Java programming also. So another here input is a built-in function. Input is a built-in function or built-in method, and it will prompt us to enter a name through the keyboard, right? And the value will be stored in name, right? And input function always returns string. Please remember. Okay. Now we come to question number 20. Compare list, tuples, and dictionaries. We have covered in previous video. In the previous video, we have covered list, tuple, sets, dictionaries in detail thoroughly. You can compare them. Although, for the sake of completeness, let me show you some of the differences. List are mutable, tuple immutable, dictionary is key value pair. For creating list, we use square bracket, tuple, parenthesis. For creating dictionary, we use curly braces. Now we jump to, for remaining differences, you can refer to the previous video. Okay. Now we jump to question number 21. Explain the different data structures in Python. So as I have earlier told you, list, sets, tuples, and dictionary. These are built-in data structure provided by Python programming. So covered in the previous video. Next to question number 20. So this is the answer to 21. We have already discussed in the previous video. You can refer to this video also. You can refer to this text to see all these built-in data structures supported by Python programming, right? I am scrolling the sheet. Clear? For your convenience. Okay. Clear. Now we jump to apart from list, set, tuples, and dictionary. There are some other built-in data structures in Python programming also. You can refer to your own. For example, stack, right? These are some of the functions available for stack. You can read it at your own because I have explained list sets, tuples, and dictionary. It is enough, but you can, if you want to give more answer, you can write your answer in the form of stack queue also, right? Heap, priority queue. So all these are built-in data structures provided by the Python programming. This is the summary table to compare all between between all these data structures, right? You can refer to this table. Now we jump to question number 22. List operations. Creation of how to create a list. Indexing operation in list. Slicing. We have already discussed in the previous video. Now, for your convenience, let me show you again question number 22. Okay. Now, question number 23. Tuples in Python. How to create tuple. Indexing, slicing, inbuilt methods for tuple. Already discussed in the previous video. Right. Question number 24. Write a Python program to print an alphabet triangle pattern. Although we are discussing in the class, let me explain. Answer number question number 24. How to display the alphabet triangle? So see, we take a variable, integer variable, and set its value to 5. Okay, and what do you mean by value 5? It will print 5 lines, as you can see in the output. We have in the output there will be 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is your choice to print as many lines. If you want to print 6 lines in the alphabet triangle, you can take the value of n as 6. So we will be using for loop for I in range. So value of I will start from 1. N plus 1 is the store for n value. We will subtract 1 from it. So value of I will vary from 1 to 5. Okay, 5 plus 1 6, then 6 minus 1 5. So value of I will vary from 1 to 5. Value of j will vary from 0 to I. So for example, first of all, I is 1. So I is 1 and 0 to 0. I1 j0. Then I2. Okay, I2. Then 0 to I2 j0. I2 j1. So you know how to execute these for loops. You already know, and you have to simply now substitute the value. And marker is added here so that when A is printed, B is also printed in the same line. For example, if A is printed, B and C are also printed in the same line. So so this is the this is the logic to uh, print an alphabet triangle, right? So this is the output to print a. This is the corresponding code to print the uh, end marker. Why the end marker has been added? So that we can print, because when you execute a print statement in Python programming, the next result goes to new line. But you want ABC in the single line. That's why the end marker has been included, so that ABC are in the single line. And then this print statement is outside this inner loop, but it is inside this outer loop. When you substitute the values, you will definitely get the alphabet triangle, right? Now we go to question number 25. Python program to print a pyramid pattern using number or symbols. So n is 5. It means you want to print the n lines. Star in n number of lines. 5 lines are there. It is your choice how many lines you require. You are using a for loop for I in range 1 comma n plus 1. So value of I will vary from 1 to 5. So I1. So I1. So n is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. So there will be, first of all, 4 spaces here. Ahead of these, in the first line before this star, we are having 4 spaces. Okay. And then and is equal to double quoted. It means when the star is printed, just a minute, please give me 2 minute time. So first of all, this print statement is used to print these spaces only, and the second print statement is used to print the stars. And this star will be printed how many number of times? I number of times. So simply you have to substitute the value of n and I. You will get this triangle in this form, pyramid form, right? So again, I am insisted on the fact this print statement is used to print the spaces, as you can say, in front of these stars, these spaces. In the front of these stars, the spaces are printed using this print statement, and this print statement is used to print the stars. How many number of stars will be printed in a line? That is I number of times, right? Simply you have to substitute the value of n and I. Logic will remain same for if you want to print this pyramid in form of numbers. Logic will remain same. Only the instead of printing the star here, space, this space will remain as it is. For printing these numbers, only star will be replaced by this numbers. That is, I is a number, you are converted into a string, right? Now, question number 26. Question number 26 says that write a Python program to display the student grades based on marks. It is a very simple question. So, simply, you have to take the input from the user in the marks variable, enter marks, prompt will be enter marks. Input will be returning a string because input function always returns string. You have to convert it into integer because marks are in the form of integers. So if the values of marks statement you have used, marks is greater than equal to 90, then grade will be A. Marks is greater than equal to 75 but less than 90, grade will be B, and so on and so forth. In this way, you can print the grade. Okay, it's a very simple program. Question number 27. Let me. This window has been opened by mistake. So let us see the question number. Next question. Question number 27. Python program to determine whether a number is positive, negative, or zero. It is also very simple question. First of all, you take a some number of input from using the input function. That is, we take some n. If the value of that number is greater than zero, result will be positive. Less than zero, then negative. Either else will be we will print zero. Simple, very simple Python program. Okay. Actually, your sir has given very simple programs. That's why these are simple. Now, as I have told you, question number 28, Python program to import the math module. So math module, specifically the math module is in your syllabus. You have to write the Python program to import the math module and perform various mathematical operations such as square root, power, logarithm, and factorial. First of all, you have to import the math module using this import statement. Then you have to print the square root of 16. Square root of 16 is 4. So you have to write like this: name of the module math, then built-in function dot operator, built-in function sqrt. So result will be 4. If you want to take the power 2 raised to power 3, result will be 8. So math.pow. POW is the built-in function available in the math module. If you want to take the logarithmic of 10, then math.log. If you want to take the factorial of 5, factorial of 5 is 120. So math.factorial, 5 as a parameter within the parenthesis will return result as 120. Okay. Next question number 29. You have to write a Python program using function to perform basic calculator operation. It means addition, subtraction. So it is very simple program. You have to define if you define function add, so it will return addition of two numbers A and B. Similarly, you are defining a user defined function sub for subtraction. It will return subtraction of A and B, A minus B. So you can call these functions. For addition, you can call add function. So it will return 5 plus 3 result 8. It will add function will be called. That is addition of A and B, right? Now we jump to question number 30. Write a Python program using function to check whether number is even or odd. It is also very good. It's a simple program. So DEF, you are defining a user defined function called check. If the value of n is, you use percentile as the modulus operator. If you divide n by 2, remainder is 0, it means the number is even, otherwise it is odd. Very simple program. Then you have to compute the largest of Python program for computing largest of three numbers. You can make use of built-in function max also. Otherwise, you can write the entire code. You will take the input ABC, three numbers from the keyboard using this input function. It will return string. You convert into floating point number, and then you can use this logic. If A is greater than equal to B as well as A is greater than equal to C, largest will be A. So you know how to compute the largest of three numbers. So this is the resultant code. Now we jump to question number 32. That is, you have to write a Python program using function to generate the multiplication table of a number. So you have to generate a table of a number. Simply, this is very simple. You have defined a user defined function table, and suppose you want to print the multiplication table of 9. So value of n will be 9. For loop, you will be using for loop. Value of I will range from 1 to 10 because range function has been used. 1 to 10 means, for example, you have to print the multiplication table of 9. So 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18. So you have to go up to 9 10 are 90. 90. So that's why value of I will vary from 1 to 10. And what will you multiply? 9 into 1, 9 into 2, 9 into 3 to print the multiplication table using this print statement, right? That's why n into I. Now we jump to question number 33. Write a Python program to check whether a string is palindrome or not. So it is very simple. Palindrome is a string which is if you reverse a particular string, if you get the same string, that this string is a palindrome. So enter string. This will be the prompt displayed on the console or the screen when you execute this program, and you will be using input function. It will always return a string. So you require a string. You will check the string is a palindrome or not. For reversing, the logic will be you will use the concept of slicing. So start is optional, start is optional, stop is optional, because the start and stop value is not given. Value of step is given as -1. So it will right this is reversing a string. S is the original string. So if both are equal, string is palindrome and result will be printed as palindrome, otherwise not palindrome. Right. Now we have jumped to last 7 questions, which are case based study questions. First question says that a college plans to automate its admission process by collecting basic student details such as name, age, and course. Develop a Python program that accepts student name, age, and course using user input. Stores the entered values in a proper appropriate variable and displays the entered details along with their respective data types. So first of all, you will take the student name using input function, the student age, then the course in which he or she is reading. Okay. Then you want to display these their details. So name will be his name, what you have entered through these input statements. You will print age and course, right? And then you have to display their data types. So the name of the student will be obviously string. Age will be integer. Age will be the integer. That's why we have converted into integer here, as you can see here. Okay, you have converted the age into integer. So you with the type keyword, basically you are determining the data type of that fields. Okay, so these are the results. This is the case-based study questions. So enter student name. You will enter the from the keyboard value of name Amit, age 21, name, and then you will printing these details. That is, name is Amit, age is 21, course is CSC, and then the types of each of these. So name and course are string, and age is integer, right? So their data type is printed in the form of this. Right. Now we jump to second case-based study problem, which says that a library system needs to record book details. Develop a Python program that accepts book title, author name, and price using user input, stores them in variables, and displays the entered details along with their respective data types. So this is very similar. We take the title, author, and price of a book through the input function, right? Price will be floating type value. That's why we have converted the string into floating type value by specifying the float data type, right? After that, you can display their as it is these details, and then you can determine their data type as we have done in the previous case study. Okay, so this is the sample output. You can see title, author name, book price. Okay, now we jump to case-based study problem number 3. Problem number 3. An online shopping system needs to process customer orders by calculating total cost, applying discounts, and checking membership eligibility, the use of different operators in decision making. Right. So customer name, you will be reading from the keyboard using input statement, price, quantity. Okay. Is member, whether member of the site website or not. Then the how will you compute the total cost? Price into quantity. For example, you purchase some item. You purchase three number of quantities of the same item. So what will be the total price? Total cost. Price of one item into quantity. So total cost equal to price into quantity, right? After that, you have to apply the discount. Initially, suppose discount equal to 0, right? So if total cost is greater than equal to 1000 and is member equal to yes. So if the particular individual is purchasing some item and the desired number of items or quantity of some items, if the total cost is greater than 1000, discount will be 20%. That's why the discount will be 0.20 into total cost. Else if the price of the total quantities of item is greater than equal to 1000, or here previously the and was used. If in case of and both these conditions should be true, but in case of or, if either of one condition can be true to execute this, to apply this 10% discount. So you how will you compute the discount if the discount is 10%? By using this statement, discount equal to 0.10 into total cost. Else discount will be 0. So we have successfully computed discount. So final amount will be what? Total cost minus discount, because discount is always subtracted. Okay. Then you compute the membership eligibility. Eligibility for membership is you are a member only if the total cost is greater than 500. Okay. Then you can print all these results: order summary, customer name, total cost, discount applied, final amount. Okay. You can also check the membership eligibility. If eligible for membership colon yes will be printed, otherwise no will be printed. And this is the sample output. Clear? So you can execute this program on your own, and this is the sample output. Now we jump to case-based study question number 4. A college plans to automate student record management by storing and processing student details such as marks, grades, and eligibility status. Evaluate and construct a Python program that applies various operators to calculate total average grade and analyze the conditions for pass-fail criteria. So quickly see. First of all, you will enter a student name through keyboard using the input function, right? Then the student marks in first subject, second subject, and third subject. Because marks are in floating type, then that's why we have converted. Because input function always returns strings, and the marks are always floating type value. That's why we have converted into floating type value. Then the total marks will be total equal to m1 mark, m1 plus m2 plus m3. Average will be total by 3. Okay. How will we calculating the grade? Grade, we have already discussed the similar example earlier. If the average is, this average is greater than equal to 90, grade will be A plus. Average is greater than equal to 75 plus, but less than 90, grade will be A, and so on and so forth. So you, in this manner, you can calculate the grade as well as else. If the marks are less than, sorry, if the average is less than 50, grade will be fail. That is F. Okay. So pass fail criteria will be mm, this is some error. This can be omitted. This is some in another language, perhaps by mistake. So what is the pass fail criteria? These are the comments. For writing the comments, we use the hash sign. We use the hash sign, and comments are only used to increase the readability of the program. For example, some layman user is there, beginner who is not familiar with the syntax of Python programming. For those, the comments are written. So, what is the criteria? If the marks in first subject is greater than 40, and in second subject also greater than 40, and also in third subject greater than 40, and average is greater than equal to 50, then the student status is considered a pass. Otherwise, it will be failed. So you can display the results by using this print statement. Okay, and this is the sample output. This is the sample output. Okay, you can done at your own, because I have explained the program and the corresponding logic and corresponding code. Okay, now we jump to question number 5. Question number 5 says that a hospital wants to develop a billing system to calculate the patient expenses, including consultation, medicines, and room charges. Evaluate and construct a Python program using operators to compute the total bill and analyze the eligibility for discounts. So see, first of all, we will be inputting through keyboard. User will be inputting through keyboard the name of the patient. Then the consultation charges in terms of floating time number. How many consultation charges are there? Medicine, how many charges for medicine are there? How many charges are for particular room are there? So whether the patient is senior citizen or not. Senior citizen is a person actually whose age is greater than 60. So in yes or no, you can take input from the keyboard using the input function. So what will be the total bill? Consultation charges, medicine charges plus room charges. Discount will be provided based on the senior citizen. If the patient is a senior citizen and total bill is greater than 10,000, 25% discount will be there. So we have solved a similar type of problem in the previous questions also. So elif means if this condition is false. Elif means if total bill is greater than 10,000 or the patient is a senior citizen, because is equal to yes is given. If there is a no, that means it is not, he or she is not a senior citizen. So if either of these two condition is true, then discount of 10% will be provided, and discount can be computed by this expression 0.10 into total bill. Otherwise, discount will be 0. So you can compute the final amount, that is total bill minus discount, because discount will be subtracted from the total bill. Then you can print all the charges, total bills, or whatsoever you require. All right. So final analysis: if the final amount is greater than 20,000, then payment category will be high expense. If final amount is greater than 10,000, payment category will be moderate expenses. It will be fall under moderate expenses, else it will be low expense. So this is the sample output. You can execute your program and you see yourself the answer. Now electricity billing example. So an electricity board needs to generate monthly bills based on the units consumed and tariff rates. Evaluate and construct a Python program that uses arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, and assignment operators. Analyze the billing slabs and justify the role of each operator in decision making. So most of you might have seen some electricity bill at your home places. So the same procedure applies here. First of all, the consumer name will be entered through keyboard using the input function, the name of the consumer. How many units have been consumed? Okay. Initially, we take the bill as 0. If the number of units is less than 100, then bill will be number of units into 5, that is rupees 5 per unit. If the number of units is less than equal to 200 but greater than 100, then for first 100 units rupees 5 will be applied, and for the remaining units minus 100, rupees 7 will be applied, so bill can be computed. Else if the number of units are less than equal to 30 but greater than 200, rupees 5 per unit will be applied for first 100 units. For next 100 units, 7 rupees per unit will be applied. For the remaining unit, 10 rupees per unit will be applied. So bill can be computed using this statement. Clear? As explained in the class as well. Otherwise, bill will be applied using this formula, that is for first 100 units, 5 rupees per unit. For next 100 units, 7 rupees per unit. For next 100 units, 10 rupees per unit. And for the remaining units, 12 rupees per unit. So bill will be computed. Then surcharge. If units are greater than 250 and units are less than 400, additional surcharge of 5% will be applied. So the how will the surcharge will be computed using this formula 0.05 into bill. Okay. If the units are greater than 400, surcharge will be 10%. Surcharge will be computed by this expression, that is 0.10 into bill. Otherwise, surcharge will be 0 and we will be adding the surcharge into the bill in order to compute the total bill. Okay. Then you can compute all these details. Okay. So this is the sample output. You can refer to this sample output to see the desired result. And these are the slabs for the electricity bill as I explained in the program. For first 100 unit, 5 per unit bill is there. For next 100 unit, 7 rupees per unit is there. For next 100 unit, 10 rupees. And for the above 300, if the units consumed are greater than 300 per unit is 12. For the remaining unit, rupees 12 per unit is there bill. Surcharge I have already explained. Now we jump to only the last case study problem. A ticket booking system manages passenger details and fare calculation. Analyze and evaluate a Python program using list or dictionaries, operators for fare computation, conditional statement for seat availability, and functions to structure the program and justify the logic used. So first of all, we take a list. As we can see in comment, we take a list to store all the bookings. Also, we take a dictionary for the fare details, and the name of the dictionary is fare underscore chart. That is for sleeper, the fare is 500. For AC, fare is 1200. For first class, fare is 2000. And the total seats available are 5. Function to calculate the fare. So calculate underscore fare is a user defined function to calculate the fare. Parameter passed are class type and number of tickets. Number of tickets are 5. Sorry, number of seats are 5, but number of tickets we have passed as a second parameter. So the base fare will be fare underscore chart. That is this dictionary. Fare underscore chart, square bracket class underscore type. So class can be either sleeper, AC or first class, into number of tickets. Number of tickets. Okay. Now we apply the discount using this formula. If the number of tickets are greater than equal to 5, see, total number of seats are 5, but number of tickets is a different variable. So now if the number of tickets are greater than equal to 5, discount will be 10%. So discount can be computed using this expression 0.10 into base fare, else discount will be 0. It means if a particular individual purchases 6 tickets or tickets greater than equal to 5, then the 10% discount can be entertained by that person. Okay. So then the final fare will be base fare minus discount, and This is a another user defined function to check the availability. That is whether the tickets are available or not. So it will return number of tickets less than equal to total seats. Uh, so if the what will it return? It will return either uh, less than equal to. Okay. So if the number of tickets are less than equal to total seats. So uh, okay. Uh, Seat availability. So if the number of tickets are less than number of total seats we have taken as 5. Okay. So if the number of tickets are less than equal to total seats, that is 5, then it will return true. Okay. So this is another user-defined function called book underscore ticket, and this is a global parameter we variable we have taken total underscore seats. Now, first of all, we will take the through the keyboard. User will take the through the keyboard the name of the passenger, then the type of the class he want to enter, he want to uh, access. For example, sleeper, AC, or first class. Number of tickets. How many number of tickets he or she wants to purchase. If the number of check availability function will be called uh, clear, and if this condition is true by calling this function check underscore availability, if it is the condition is true, this function is returning true, then total fare will be calculated by calling this another user defined function which we have defined earlier. This calculate fare, this calculate fare, this calculate fare. Okay, so the final fare will be calculated. Okay, total fare will be calculated, and this is a another dictionary booking uh, key value pair, because curly braces we have used, and this is a key value pair. This is a dictionary for booking, or you can say booking dictionary. Okay, and bookings dot append booking. So will be bookings dot append booking. So we'll be adding to the list. Okay, bookings dot append booking. Add to list. In the starting, what we have taken. So in the starting, bookings was the empty list. So we are adding this dictionary to this list using this statement. Okay. Then total seats will be equal to total seats minus number of tickets. Then we can calculate the total fare, print the total fare, and whatever the results we want to print. If the this condition is false, if this condition is false, if this condition is false, in that case, you will print sorry, seats are not available. Then there is another user defined function to display all the bookings. The name of the function is show underscore bookings. So all the bookings will be displayed using this for loop. For B in bookings, print B. Okay, and this is the main program. While true, you can you might have used such types of logic in your C programming or Java programming where you use the choice switch case based statement. So this is that part of the program. While true, so if the user enters the 1 through the keyboard, tickets will be booked. If the user enters 2 from the keyboard, the bookings will be displayed or shown. And when the user enters 3 from the keyboard, program will exit and the program will end. So the choice will be taken through this input function enter choice through this prompt enter choice. So if the choice is 1, book underscore ticket user defined function will be called as it is meant for booking the ticket. If the choice is 2, show underscore bookings user defined function will be called because it is meant for showing the bookings. If the user enters 3 as the choice value, it break statement will be called and control will exit because 3 is meant for exiting from the program. Else invalid choice will be there if the user is entering apart from these 1, 2, 3, or for example he or she is entering 4, 5, 6. Then in that case invalid choice will be printed. So this is the sample output. You can check this sample output at your own and run this program at your own. So with that being said, we also conclude in this second video Python programming all the solutions and answer to the practice set given to you, supplied to you through your WhatsApp group. So you can refer to my YouTube channel to see all these videos for preparation of your MT and ET as well. Thank you very much and goodbye.